Title: The Varna Hospital. Hostage: My Story of Survival. Chapter 1: The Broken Promise of 2024. 2024 was supposed to be my year. I was a mother of 5, a widow, ready to take over a company. My 10-day trip to Varna, Bulgaria was meant to be my final rest. Instead, by the second day, a coldness took over my body that no blanket could warm. I fell into full septic shock. My organs were failing. I was placed on a ventilator. Twice, I suffered massive internal bleeding. Twice. I was fighting for every breath, but the medical crisis was only half the nightmare. Chapter 2: The Blacklist and the Stolen Phone. The moment I was admitted to St. Marina Hospital, I was stripped of my freedom. They immediately took my phone. I couldn't call for help. I couldn't say goodbye to my children. While I lay helpless, the Icelandic Foreign Ministry, government officials, and my family tried to call every hour, but the hospital had blacklisted me. Every time they heard my name, they hung up. They even hung up on a hospital in Turkey trying to assist. They wanted me in total darkness, isolated from the world. Chapter 3: The Paradox of Dr. Pletikhanov. My care was controlled by Dr. Vilian Pletikhanov, a man celebrated in Bulgaria as a hero for organ donation. But in the shadows of his ward, I saw a different man. When I begged to go home to Iceland, he threatened me. He looked me in the eye and said if I didn't comply, he would write drug use in my file, so SOS International would refuse to fly me home. He weaponized a lie to keep me trapped, naked, and silenced. Chapter 4: 5 minutes of oxygen. While I lay dying, my children stood outside the hospital doors and denied to come in for 10 long days. They were sent from person to person, just trying to find someone to release my records. They were allowed to see me only twice, for 5 minutes each time. I lay naked under a thin curtain, unwashed for 3 weeks, my hair matted with blood. When I begged for water, they placed a bottle I couldn't open next to my necrotic hands. I tried to write them a letter, a desperate, messy note, stained with yellow fluid from my infection. The doctor took that letter, showed it to my children, and laughed. Dr. Vilian Pletikhanov demanded 1,200 euros a day in cash and told my children, "Give her your blood or she dies." Chapter 5: The Cruelest Moment. The Door. There was one moment where I thought I was saved. They actually wheeled my stretcher to the hospital exit. I could see the light of the door. The SOS International team was right there, waiting to take me. But at the very last second, the hospital staff stopped. They turned my stretcher around and wheeled me back into the darkness. They refused to let me go. I was inches from freedom, and they dragged me back into the nightmare. Chapter 6: Georg and the Harvest. I wasn't the only prisoner. In the bed next to me was Georg. I heard him begging the nurses to call his family, just to say goodbye. They refused. Instead of letting him go, they put him back on a ventilator. He died in silence. I look back at Dr. Pletikhanov's awards for organ donation, now with horror. An award run by a transplant coordinator, a silent, isolated patient, isn't a person to be saved. She is a resource. If my children hadn't fought so hard, I am convinced my organs would be in someone else's body today. Chapter 7: The Real Heroes and the Cleanup. The news spoke of bureaucracy, but it was a rescue mission. Hannes, the Icelandic ambassador in Poland, and a brave Finnish woman were my only hope. They stood their ground at the hospital when the staff refused to hand over my files. When the SOS team finally arrived, the staff saw them coming. They reached into my room and turned off the lights, plunging me into total darkness to hide me. While the rescuers were forced to wait for 2 hours, I watched from the shadows as they frantically wheeled dead bodies out the back door to hide the evidence of the ward's reality. The Finnish woman refused to move until she had me and every medical report in her hands. Chapter 8: The Scarred Truth. When I finally reached Iceland, I had a total nervous collapse. The truth was finally confirmed. No drugs, only sepsis, only neglect. But the delay and the cruelty cost me my fingers and both my feet. I am an amputee today because they chose to hide the truth rather than save a life. My name is Lotta Bjork, and I will not be silenced. I am telling this story for those who didn't make it out, for Georg, who died without a goodbye, and for my children, who fought a corrupt system to bring their mother home. My name is Lotta Bjork. I was a hostage in St. Marina, and I will not be silenced.